us to believe is that Jesus was mentioned in the Old Testament. Before he was born 500 years ago, they were mentioned to him, the child will be born, Isaiah 9, Isaiah 56, how he's going to die for our sin, how he's going to crucify. I think that helps me that before Jesus came, all this prophesied happened.
All right.
So we saw this.
I've got another question then. Okay, so you're saying that how do I know that the New Testament is from Jesus? Is you're saying the Old Testament says it? How do you know that the Old Testament, is from the first 5 books are from Moses, the rest of the books are from the prophets? How do you know that that book, goes back to the source, wherever the source is meant to be? So in the case of the first 5 books, that those first 5 books actually go back to Moses. The reason why I ask you this question is this, is because in Islam, when we read the Quran, or when we have a hadith, we say that, look, there's a chain of narration. So that chain of narration is that we say, for example, that the Prophet spoke to this person, spoke to this person, spoke to this person, and then we can have a chain of narration. But the thing is, John existed 95 years after Jesus. So what makes us know that John first of all, he didn't meet Jesus. So who is narrating that information to John? So we say that there's a problem with narration here. There's no precedent. There's no provenance. How do we know? Because the burden of proof is upon the one who's making the claim. So if you ask me, like with the Quran, what's the chain of narration? I can give you 10 chains of narration. I can say this person told this person, told this person, told us.
So the Quran's not changed.
We don't. We don't say there's any contradiction in the Quran. We would challenge someone. Because the Quran, look, it says itself. If this God was from other than God, you would have found in it many contradictions. So this is one of the challenges of the Quran. By the way, the Bible doesn't make that challenge. The Quran makes this challenge.
The only problem is that Mohammed Hijab, for me, is that this Jesus that, as you all believe, is a good Messiah, a good prophet, even that, but here you are, all of you will not be able to believe even one word he said about himself.
No, but what I'm saying to you, look.
How can you deny that, Mohammed?
I'm not denying everything in the New Testament. No. It's not black and white in the sense that, look, historians, when they look at documents, they say this might have been attributed to him, this might not have been attributed to him. They look at the sources. So we know with the New Testament there's different sources, Q source, T source, whatever it is, and we look back.
Even though, Mohammed Hijab, I didn't see any problem in the New Testament, for me, those men, all of them followed Jesus, they ate with him, they drink with him.
What's the proof for that? So what's the proof that Matthew, Mark, Luke and John met Jesus Christ?
The proof because Jesus chose them.
No. Where's the material evidence for it?
Well, there is many evidence.
Can you give me one?
I can't give you exactly now, but for me, as Bible is my book, and I'm sure you will agree with me as Quran is your book, I believe everything in the Quran, I believe everything in the Bible, but my question is that I want my beautiful brother, sister, Muslim to know this truth. It is the truth. I want not only you guys, but the whole world. Because Jesus is, his life, it was perfect life. He has never sinned, he never even attempted by the devil, he didn't win, he didn't lose, basically, we all know
so
that.
My sister, my question to you is this. You need to think about it critically, okay? It's not just, I'm not trying to, I'm not saying nothing about the Bible. I'm just saying that, look, if you ask me for the material evidence, material historical evidence of how we know the Quran goes back to, Muhammad goes back to the people that it's like Muhammad said it through the angel Gabriel, right? I can give you a chain of narration.
You know what? The problem for me, the big problem is that even though the Quran is 99% true, everything from God, there's 2 topics. The most important topic in the Bible is the secret in the Quran, and that is really shocked my heart. I mean, these 2, and then plus, there's a lot of story in the Bible, in the Quran I saw about Abraham.
But before we get there, you're judging the Quran with the Bible. But what I'm saying is, but what I'm trying to get to you is that the Bible itself is not verified. So it's like if I'm measuring, your height with a ruler that's bent, it wouldn't give you the right measurement. In likewise terms, I would say to you that the Bible, the Old Testament, and look, let me tell you something, okay? There's a whole field of study called text criticism, okay? What this field of study aims to do is to look at, to see what is most probably the Bible and what isn't. Look at the Old Testament. You got to have the Masoretic text, you have the Septuagint, you have the Dead Sea Scrolls, and then you decide what goes in and what comes out. That's what scholars do, and that's why you have different versions of the Bible, okay? And that's the Old Testament. The Septuagint, So the Septuagint is in Greek language, okay? It's not even in the Hebrew. Septuagint is Greek. They have to decide whether or not they want to put that into the Bible. You have to translate it first. So, but the thing is, the Septuagint, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and the Masoretic text, all of those three don't have a chain of narration back to Moses. And likewise, they don't have a chain of narration back to the prophets and all of the other people that's meant to be. What I'm saying to you is because of this, we don't know what Moses actually said. It's possible. I'm not saying that the Bible is all wrong. I'm not saying this. Yeah, I'm not saying the Old Testament is all nonsense. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying the New Testament is all wrong. What I'm saying is that as it stands, there's no way of finding out. I mean, let me ask you a question. Do you know there's 27 books of the New Testament, yeah? Why is there 27 and not 28 or 26? Do you know the reason? There was a man called Athanasius, who in the year 349, I believe, yeah? He came and decided that it's going to be 27. Now, is there, he decided up until Book of Revelation, okay? My question now is, why does he have the permission to decide how many books are in the New Testament? Why does he have that permission? You see, that's the problem. The problem is, there's nothing in the Bible that says, even ironically, that says that there's 27 books of the New Testament. Athanasius, there was not even a council, there was no council that decided what the New Testament would be. So for that reason, I say, look, what Jesus said is not equivalent to what the Bible says. Do you get the point?
I know what you mean, and I can't argue with something I don't know.
Right.
But what I know is that these followers of Jesus, they even sacrificed themselves because of the message that was given. Some of them hanged, some of them killed. We know the story. So how can anyone, without proof, without seeing Jesus, without being with him, so
we're denying. We're saying that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John did never see Jesus.
They never see Jesus.
They never see him.
Oh, all this
Yeah. No one says. No. What I'm saying is, no one says that they saw him. All the scholars of Christ. No.
Okay, for example, Mohammed Hijab, if I said
They didn't say that.
If I said today, I came to this high park and I talked to Mohammed Hijab.
Yes.
So if I want to tell this story, what happened today, the next 10 years, for example.
Yeah.
So now I could say I talked to Mohammed Hijab. I was asking him questions. He was explaining to me. I can describe how.
You're saying that they said.
Tall.
Well,
I can describe it.
yes.
Honestly, no. I could. So then, if I tell my story, in 10 years ago, and then someone will come to me, you're a liar.
Let me tell you something, sister. You're right.
How did you
Let me tell you.
feel?
I'll tell you what I told. Yeah. When is John historically dated? The Gospel of John. When is it dated?
I don't know about it.
I'll tell you. Historians say 95 AD. That means 95 years after. Let me tell you what it's really like. Now, when was World War II? It's okay. World War II started 1939 and it ended 1945. When was World War I? 1914 to 1918. So good 100 years ago, yeah? Now imagine me, I tell you a witness report of what happened in World War I. I tell you this is what happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to say, how old are you? I said 28 years old. So how do you know what happened in World War I? Now, I could know what happened in World War I from talking to other people. But if I came 100 years after, there's no way I saw the people in World War I. That's the similitude of John to Jesus. John, Gospel of John, is dated 95 AD, which means almost 100 years. It's like, World War I? Not even World War II, World War I. Yeah, that's the distance between Jesus and John.
John, the one in John first, or are you talking John in Revelation?
No, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the Gospel writer. But even this name John, it's just a pen name. It's not really what his name was. Most scholars say that that's not him. It's not someone who met Jesus. You have it misunderstood. No one says that these are the disciples of Jesus. The historians and text critics don't say that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the Christian ones, not the Muslim ones or the Jewish ones, the Christian ones themselves, they say that these people are not people that ate and slept and or this and with Jesus Christ. Likewise, on the other hand, we say that the Quran and the Hadith is narrated and preserved by those people who actually walked with the Prophet Muhammad, his friends. So we have the list of names of his friends. So Prophet Muhammad's friends like Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman and Ali. you know, and Zubair and this and that, and all and his wives and
Those people, they were following Muhammad.
Yes.
His companion.
Yes.
So everything they said in the Quran is true.
exactly. So what we say is that the Quran was recorded by the Sahaba, the companions, whereas the Bible was not recorded by the disciples. But
First of all,
where's the evidence for that?
To be honest, I can't give you evidence today. Faith is not about evidence.
No, but no one
We
says
know
that though.
We all believe God, not because we saw him or we touched him. This is what
So
makes
so
us
then we can be
different
Hindu,
from
we can be
every-
Sikh, we can be Buddhist.
No, that's why we're different.
Yeah.
Mohammed Hijab, from Hindu, Sikh, me and you are different. Is because we know there's a creator. We know that.
Yeah, Sikhs believe in Creator as well.
There might be, but it doesn't matter. Even within Christianity, some people might have different Jesus. They might say something different, but that does not matter. But for me, the Bible is the base for me.
Yeah, but your base, that's the problem. You said that there is evidence, but what I'm saying is that Christian scholars themselves, they deny this. Bruce Metzger, he wrote a book. He denies.
I don't follow scholar. I follow the book.
Fine, but you have to have evidence.
But that's evidence.
Look, let me tell you something, sister. Let me tell you something. What if I go to me and my friends in university? They decide to make a new version of the Bible. We'll call it the new 2020 version of the Bible. Like you have the new international version, this and that. We mix up the manuscripts and we say, hey, this is your base. What would you say to me?
The story still stands about Jesus' story, why he came, what purpose did God send him.
But I understand this.
He died on the cross for the whole humanity. Mohammed Hijab, that story, I don't care what changes, everything else changed. But this beautiful story never changed.
Look, what we're saying is, how do you know? Yeah, but why? Look, what I'm saying is this: is that we have to have evidence that the source.
You have evidence Jesus came from a virgin woman.
We believe in that because of.
But what happened and he died for you on the cross?
Let me explain, right? So what we say is this: we say that we have evidence that the first thing we need to have is evidence that the book that we're holding in our hands that claims to be divine authority from God, yeah, is actually narrated by the one who claimed to be the prophet.
That's the problem, Mohammed Hijab. If Muhammad is receiving all this from angel, and this angel, Gabriel, is a pure angel who literally stands the right of hand of God. So even if you put in the spirit, that's fine. But this angel, I wouldn't say this angel is lying, telling Muhammad different story and telling Mary different
Exactly.
story.
And that
is really questionable.
No. Yeah. So here's what we would say. Look, we would say that before, if you look at the Bible, you'll find contradictory verses in the sense that you'll find that sometimes Jesus, he says, do not go in the way of the Gentiles, for I was only sent for the lost sheep of Israel, right?
But that's not contradiction.
No, and then you have, you have other verses that yeah. But okay, so look, the reason why we say, our narrative is this. We say that those who came before, Jesus, Moses, Abraham, etc., they came for their people and their time. So Jesus and Moses came for the lost sheep of Israel. Yeah? We say...
Jesus said himself, I'm just repeating what Jesus said. But Jesus said at the end, when he died, when he rose from the dead, he said, go tell the whole world.
Yeah, I understand.
When they believe, baptize them, and then teach them what I taught you.
Yeah.
What would you say to that message?
What I will say is this, is that that's why I was talking about the contradiction, because you have some verses that indicate to the universality of the message.
Problem with that message?
What I'm saying is, you have some verses in the New Testament that indicate to universality, and other verses which indicate to exclusivity to children of Israel. But what we're saying, we can come to the Quran after. But the point I'm making is this: our narrative is that Jesus was sent to his people, Moses was sent to his people, Abraham was sent to his people. We say that Muhammad ﷺ was sent to everybody.
Muhammad sent only for Islam or for everybody?
For everybody, because the Quran says, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا كَافَّةً لِلنَّاسِ. We haven't sent you except for all of the human beings. Yeah, so this is what it says in the Quran.
So the Quran says that like Muhammad, he sent us for the whole world.
That's right.
What about Jesus then?
So we say that Jesus was sent to the children of Israel. That's what Jesus says.
He said it, he might say that, probably for that.
According to the New Testament.
Right. Probably for that specific time, there is a reason maybe he say that, but that doesn't mean Jesus came to save only the Jew. I wouldn't be saved then, I'm a Gentile.
No, exactly. Look.
Let
me ask you a question. Moses, when Moses was sent, who was he sent to?
Moses saved Israel from Egypt.
Alright, so good. So he sent to the people of Israel, right?
Yeah, because they were slaves in Egypt.
Alright, so is there a problem of a prophet of God being sent to only one group of people?
Because they were slaves. They needed it.
Yeah, no, but it's not just, he's not the only prophet, right? You have many prophets in the Old Testament.
God chose you, Muhammad Hijab. God can choose you today
But sister,
use you to
are you, the idea of God sending a messenger or a prophet to only some people and not others, this is something within the Old Testament that you must agree. If you,
Absolutely, yes,
yeah,
I agree. But what I'm saying is Moses been sent to Egypt specifically for those.
not just Moses. We have other prophets.
Of course, all
Yeah.
like, for example, Abraham. Whatever,
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
them.
Even though Abraham is not mentioned as a prophet in the Old Testament, but yeah, I agree with you.
It's not even.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is,
But he's a patriarch and so on.
Abraham is the faith for us. Even for us to be called the children of God is because of Abraham's faith. So anyone come from Abraham is basically saved by faith.
I get you, but what I'm saying to you is that the idea of a prophet coming to some people and not to other people is something acceptable, right? Because it's something which even the Old Testament says. So the Old Testament says that you can have some prophets that are sent for not all of the people, but some people, like David or Solomon. David was a prophet. Moses was a prophet. These are all prophets, right? So what we're saying is that Jesus fit the same category, yeah, as all of those prophets that came before. He was sent to some people. Okay, let me ask you a question. You believe that David was a prophet, yeah? It's in the.
David is like a king who loved God.
Yeah, he's also. Yeah, I agree, but he's also a prophet in the Bible.
Never like preaching anything like that.
No, but he's a prophet. He's a prophet according to. Yeah. So okay, let's take him as an example. Moses is a prophet, right? But let's take David as an example. When David came, when he was preaching, or Solomon, when he was preaching, or when all of these people, do we have what they said written, word for word?
What we have David the whole.
No. What I mean is, we have some stories, but what they actually narrated, their books, their message.
First Samuel, Second Samuel.
Yeah, but not in its entirety. I understand that. Yeah, you have narrations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know the story. You guys believe in this in the
Look,
Quran,
we
it's
believe,
not
of course,
the story.
of course we do.
Even though it's not the same, it's there in the Quran.
Okay, good. Now, here's my point is, so you believe in David and Solomon, yeah?
Absolutely.
And
the way he praise God, the way he worship
good.
God.
And so we say that we believe in them as well, yeah? They were sent to their people, right? So David, you could say David, was he sent to the South African? Was he sent to the Aborigine? No. David was sent to his people. Did you get it? So he was sent to, and Solomon was sent to his people. So we say that Jesus was also sent to his people. All right.
But my problem is Mohammed Hijab. He said Jesus has been sent as a prophet, but you not be able to believe everything he said by himself.
Pardon?
Or you not be able to believe everything.
Now, what
he
I'm
said
saying
by
is that
himself.
here's the issue. With those books that came before and those prophets, we don't know for sure exactly what they said. We can have an estimated guess. Like they all came and told the people that worship one God and X, Y, Z. But exactly what they have said has not been preserved fully.
But the New Testament, the reason it's called New Testament is because of God is doing something new through his son Jesus.
Yeah, I understand that. But nevertheless, if you look at the New Testament corpus, even then, when the Gentile woman came and she asked for the salvation, he said, I'm not,
She asked for her daughter.
Yeah. So he referred to Gentiles as the dogs, right?
No, he didn't.
And he did, yeah. Should we get the...
This woman,
I just want to I've never had a conversation with you for the first time. So.
No, but we're having a conversation.
for example, that woman, she cried after Jesus because her daughter was sick. Because her daughter had that demon.
Yeah, so you know who I'm talking about, yeah?
Yeah. So
But she was a Gentile.
Jesus said to her something about and then because of her faith, even the dog eats after the table, whatever left over. So Jesus likes her
But
faith.
sister, listen, what I'm saying is it's not difficult, yeah, to have an interpretation of the New Testament that makes Jesus only sent to do you know how we know that? Look at James and Paul when they were differing over how salvation will have an effect on people. Paul he was of the view that the Gentiles can be saved. But James was about the observance of the law and so on.
Telling that it was from the promise of Abraham. That's bottom line, done. It's the promise of Abraham. The promise to establish his covenant with Abraham and through Isaac. All the prophets.
The point I'm making to you is simple, yeah? The point I'm making to you is simple, is that you can interpret the Bible, the New Testament, as an exclusive message to the children of Israel for Jesus. You can interpret it, I'll give it to you. You can interpret it as a universalist message as well. I'm big open, yeah? But there are these contradictory verses. We can't lie about it. So on the one hand, you have this Jesus saying, "Do not go in the way of the Gentiles, for I was only sent to the lost sheep of Israel." And then you have, baptized in the way of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So these two it's either one of those two, right? If you want to say I agree with the second one, no problem. I agree with you, no problem. But the issue is you can have two interpretations. Our interpretation is something which is not ridiculous from your perspective, which is in line with the exclusive message of Jesus Christ, which is the fact that Jesus was sent for the lost sheep of Israel.